Hello, and welcome to Desktop and Dice, the gaming channel where you never know who's going to show up. I'm your host, NextGen Nate, and in this run, we're going to be playing Dyson Sphere Program. For this run, our question is, what's your favorite mech? And the reason I'm asking that is because you play a mech in this game, so if you could pick a mech, what would be your favorite? And remember, with each successive episode, give us different mechs that you think deserve a little more attention than they get. And let's discuss. In the last episode, take a shot at guessing my favorite mech. Tell the truth, I'm actually going to have to think about that one myself. But by the end of this run, I should have an answer. Alright, well with that, let's get into the game.
I just had to deal with a fun little issue earlier.
What's that?
Getting error codes on the TV when we try to load Hulu on our Roku or now Netflix as well. And HDCP error. HDCP is high definition copy protection. The problem is TV itself does not have an up-to-date system. It's not compliant with the newest stuff, mostly because they haven't updated TV since it launched. And so the Roku has updated and it's like, well, it wasn't compatible, and so the official...
You've built your first power transmission facility, a Tesla tower. It can help you transmit power wirelessly over a short range and extend the power grid coverage. Click on it to view more details.
So echoing.
I don't know. Hopefully that's not showing up in the recording.
Yeah. So if it is, probably going to track it out. But anyway, though, solution to that HDCP, rather than buy a new TV like they suggest, is to get an image splitter. So I had to install that. So one HDMI goes into the splitter, and instead of going to two TVs like it's designed, it just goes to one. Technically, that's bypassing copyright. So I'm sure someone will get mad about it.
Lost 2 straight games.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, it's saying it's overflowing. How do I retrieve? How do I retrieve out of this thing? Collect from. Yeah. Oh, cool. There's that.
Oh, I forgot these things can only hold 50. don't know if you're aware of that. When they get 50 of them, they stop mining.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I know the worker. I'm just working on it. Gotta build just some storage containers to put it in.
I need to turn you up, Sean.
It could be that my microphone's just in a bad location.
Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's see. What was I doing? That's what I was doing.
There we go.
Alright, let's see. I'm sure I'm not doing this the most efficient way, but I'll figure that out over time. Of course, I would think that they'd let you disassemble certain things.
Don't know. I think you click it and then you hit a certain button or something. Oh, when you click on something at the bottom, there's a dismantle facilities, the great big red X over on the right.
Cool. Oh, you changed your symbol. Nice.
I do kind of like the replication system. You don't have to go make individual components. You can click on what you need and it'll automatically replicate what you need, provided you have the raw materials.
I'm sending a thing to generator guy real quick. Tell him thank you for hanging out, and actually saying I kind of wanted to know what his take on the nuclear power idea. So anyway, of course, people watching the videos like, oh, he's just sitting there not doing anything. It's like, I'm being nice to somebody. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm being nice to somebody. I'm saying that actually, I'm wondering what his take is on it, but trying to hint at the idea is like, don't tell me over text. You know, join us sometime, and since you're, you know, considering what you do for a living with generators and stuff, it's like, what's your thoughts?
Ooh, I just mecha cord up.
All right. And actually, real quick, I know, viewers, I haven't really been doing much, but I need to go get a drink of water. So, if you two gentlemen would talk about something, I'll be right back.
Okay. And I'm just making small edits to videos of mine for my YouTube channel. About all I'm doing at this second. I just finished up my stream. It didn't go... The ending was really obscure. Because it like got stuck. For like about a minute. I didn't even finish streaming the last game I was in. Weird. Unfortunate, because it was like literally like the last minute of the game.
All right, I'm back. Are we talking about technology woes?
Yeah, just little technical issues I was having with my stream.
They give you, when you do research, by the way, they give you some of the... Yeah, I forgot how to refuel.
Coal. Interesting. I don't think I need that just yet.
You can refuel. Have you figured that out yet?
They give you some fuel, but I haven't learned how to actually produce fuel yet. Where was the research button again?
Ah, you gotta open that panel to do it. Gotcha.
Tech tree. Technology. Basic assembly.
You can put plants and stuff like plant fuel. You can put it in there to fuel yourself up too.
So like wood?
Wood'll work as well, but
What was
you can
that?
craft with wood.
Something like Brutterberg? What is this?
Cool. Power. No connection.
Interesting. Huh. You know, two people I should invite to this are the two people I should invite are the Stat Boys. I bet they'd have some interesting things to talk about. Especially if you want to talk SpaceX or anything like that. They would like hanging out with our friend who works for Tesla, Gandalf.
Oh yeah, he absolutely would. He'd probably have a lot more to say about that one than I would. I do like the idea of privatizing space exploration to a certain extent, because the problem with space exploration as a in general, there's no money in it functionally. So I like what Musk did by doing Starlink as a matter of generating money off of it.
Yeah.
And practically in the way that he wants to do it, it really would alter things internet-wise for everyone very quickly. I think it was projected to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry if he can get it up to where he wants it to be. Or he's aiming for, at least.
I can see that.
I guess the only thing that the thing that really confuses me about it, though, is there would be basically no way to prevent a monopoly, if that makes sense, because we have, like, here in in the States, we have, like, anti-monopoly laws, but how do you prevent a monopoly of satellites that a company had to get approval for, that will crowd out literally everyone else, and no one else could do it because it would be too crowded?
I imagine eventually it would have to be shared. You know, like one company launches satellites and other companies are allowed to use it, while other companies launch their satellites and they're allowed to use it, or something like that.
That would, I guess, make sense, because we have that out here in East Texas, where one company sends the electric lines and then you actually pay for the electricity from a different place.
Yeah. All the electric is pooled together.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it to where if you pay extra for green energy, you're just wasting your money.
Yeah. I had somebody yesterday or not yesterday, but like a week or two ago when I was working in the backyard, they were trying to convince me on the idea of getting solar panels because it would pay for itself because you're not using as much electricity, and it's going to pay for itself. I'm like, yeah, but it's expensive to get solar panels.
Yeah,
but you
everything
don't
you
have to...
save in electric, you basically wind up paying for the panels.
Yeah.
And they try to tell you that there's eventually a rate of return or point of return where you're saving money finally, but at that point, that's when your panels die and you have to buy new ones.
Right. It's so close in terms of it's so hard to make it financially worth it, because it takes so many years for it to pay for itself. And then you have to start replacing panels, or you get maybe a couple years, maybe 3 years out of them before you got to replace them after you've paid for them. I don't know.
The main reason why you'd want to go solar panel is just so that it's not so much that you save money. That one's so that if something goes wrong with the power, you have another power source. It's
right.
That's the main reason. If you're trying to do it for, you're going to save money, you're doing it, that you're not going to have good logic for that. I know that the R4 project that Ravenous, my father, is working on, that facility, once they get up and going, is going to be able to, if need be, go completely off grid and focus on other forms of energy. But they're probably going to have multiple different kinds all at once. So I'm wondering, considering how close they're going to be to the water, if there's any way that they could do some water generation of some sort.
There is specific types of... Isn't there like specific types of tech that are designed to get energy out of the ocean? I think there is.
Of course, this is a river, so just river motion.
Oh.
Do the old school water wheel. You know, I mean, you wouldn't get a whole bunch, but you'd at least get something that could, you know, charge a few things.
Yeah, some of that I think has to do with the depth of the stream or the river and how fast it goes and how high up it stays on a regular basis.
Well, it's the nature.
My dad has a
so
yeah.
it's a significant river.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if it's a significant river, then it's more likely to actually be beneficial. My dad has a stream out in front of the house that he's got, but it's literally not enough to warrant putting in a water wheel because it doesn't stay consistent until it rains, and then the stream ends up flooding. So, because he's got mountains everywhere.
But I know that like they have these handheld little cords with a little turbine on it that you can throw in a river and charge your phone with. So it's like, if you can do that, you should be able to do something. You know?
Right. And my brother-in-law, and my sister, they run solar at their house. Unfortunately, they're gonna have to replace the battery here soon. But
that ain't cheap either.
They decided to do that as a means of trying not to get the electric grid brought over to the house, and for them it ended up saving them a lot of money doing it that way, because whether you use electricity or not right where they're at, because of how like way off the beaten path they are, even if you don't use any electricity at all, just to have it connected to your house is $70 a month.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that's their starting rate, and then, my good grief, the electric bill that my parents pay, which is right on the same land, it can be upwards to $300 a month in the winter.
A matrix lab.
So,
A facility to produce
so
matrices.
fortunately
It can also be
they
used
ended
to
up going.
research technologies that are unlocked
My
with
sister and her
matrices.
husband went down the solar panel
Matrices
route,
are
and
the
they.
source codes to maintain the center brain
And
simulation
even during
of
the
a
winter
homeland.
when there isn't as
You
much
can upload
sunlight
as many
to
matrices
charge
to
the
the
batteries,
center
he'll
brain
run
to
a
run a
generator
and unlock more
to charge
technologies in
it,
the real world.
and he'll spend maybe in 1 month $60 in gasoline, and it will completely charge the battery every single time they need it charged all the way. So he's like, it's worth it just to pay the $60 to run the generator, get all the electricity we need during the month, even if the sun isn't shining enough. It's still cheaper than having the power grid connected to the house. Of course, they also don't have a lot of things that draw a lot of electricity. So,
That's the part that I do so well out with. I'd love to live out in the middle of nowhere, but I want to have my high-speed internet. And
Considering what we're doing.
Consume all my power.
it's kind of important to have decent internet.
Yeah. Considering that we're trying to start, internet's kind of crucial.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, I hope that you're willing to consider joining one of our social networks. And of course, Twitter is actually X at this point, yes I know. Also, if you enjoyed this, please consider joining some of our other channels, as well as looking at some of our other creators. There will be links in the description below. Also keep in mind that I have a Rent a Cyber friend, and if you're wanting to just have a conversation, I welcome your conversation over there, though there is a bit of a fee. Also, if you are under the age of 18, you have to have a legal guardian log you in and stay in the room with you as we have that conversation. And as the rules are the rules, if they're unwilling to do that, then I'm sorry, we can't have a conversation. But these rules are in place for a reason. Just a reminder, the question for this run is, what's your favorite mech? Then, with each successive episode, give us different mechs that you think should get more spotlight, and give us reasons why they should have the spotlight, reasons why you think they don't get the spotlight, and yeah, let's talk some mechs. My hint for my favorite mech is that it was a mech featured in a cartoon that aired in 1993. Tell the truth, I'm not sure anyone's gonna get it. Well, with that, I've been your host, NextGen8, and I'm looking forward to the next time we play.